Alright troops, welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather and yes! It is back. Footy is back. It is back with a bang. Round 1 tomorrow, Thursday the 18th of March. I cannot wait for this, by the way. It's been 6 months without the footy is obscene, to be honest with you. It's not an easy thing for anyone. I'm relatively new to the sport now. Of course, I've been doing the channel covering AFL maybe for a couple of years now, and for me 6 months is far too long. So heaven have mercy on people who have had to wait 6 months with only cricket to watch and all the other garbage that we've had to endure over this 6 month period. But all that aside, it is finally back, and first up we've got the champions, the Tigers, up against Carlton at the MCG. I've put Richmond down to win. I think Carlton will be a very improved side. I think Richmond are going to be strong this season anyway, regardless. But I've put this down to a Richmond win, but a tight one. First game syndrome, anything can happen. Carlton might get a win, you never know. It's just one of those things. Teams are only just getting into their stride in the first couple of rounds. Upsets happen very early on, but they soon sort themselves out as we progress into the tournament. Into the season, sorry. But look, I'm not expecting a Carlton win. I'm going with Richmond, and I'm going with a gap of 13. This is for my actual tipping comp as well, by the way. So do join this competition if you would like. It would be great, because the more the merrier, to be honest with you. I actually didn't do too badly last year. Can't remember if I finished in the top 10. I think I might have finished in the top 10, but I'm not too sure. So Friday then, the 19th of March, MCG again. We've got the Magpies versus the Mighty Doggies. Can the Doggies? Do you know something? I think the Magpies are going to struggle. There's been a lot of off the field problems as well as on the field. I think they've lost key players, but this might give new faces a chance to shine and show what they can do. So again, round 1, anything can happen, but I'm going to go with the Doggies. I think the Doggies, I'm expecting an improved season this year from the Doggies. I actually believe they'll do better than they did last year. I think they'll make finals again. I've already done my predictions for the season, so you know where I think the Doggies will be this year. I think they're going to be an improved side, and what you see is what you get with them. I'm going for the Doggies win anyway. Start the campaign off with a win. Back your own team. Come on, the Doggies. First of 3 then on Saturday, or 4 rather on Saturday. We're back at the MCG again with the Demons versus the Dockers. This is a tough one to call. Like for like, both teams, there's not much between them, and I'm really not sure on ins and outs if they're going to be much stronger in any department. There is a couple of great players for either side, of course. Nat Fife, one of the best players in the competition at the Dockers. Max Gawn, I thought, was one of the best rooks last year as well, along with Petraka, who was absolutely brilliant last year. Could have arguably got the Brownlow. A little bit off the pace for the Brownlow, in all honesty, but he was up there in and around some of the best players last season. There's no doubt about that. On this one though, I'm going to go with a Demons win. I just fancy them. I think they'll do it. I think they improved last year. They definitely did. They put a run of games together where they got wins, and I thought, oof, maybe they're going to do something here. But it kind of fizzled out towards the end as we got nearer finals qualification, didn't we? They did kind of drop off it. So I'm going to go with a Demons win anyway, and this takes us down to South Australia. It's actually starting at, I was just looking at that game for the Demons here, 2:45 AM for me. I don't think I'll be watching that one, the Demons versus the Dockers. A more reasonable time for me to get up. The Crows down at the South Australia, at the Adelaide Oval. They're hosting the Geelong Cats. I don't think I would say. I think the Crows are going to be in and around the wooden spoon again this year. I can predict this one very easily. I think the Cats are going to be strong. With Jeremy Cameron up there, with Tom Hawkins as well. I know that they're positionally going to kind of make that work to suit themselves, and I know that there's players that are aging in that team as well. Can they produce the goods? this year. They got to the final last year, the grand final, didn't they? I'm expecting them to be in and around the latter stages in the finals footy again. Geelong, I think they're a strong side. I'm going with Geelong Cats win on this one, of course I am. But opening game, no surprises in that one. Bang, Cats win. Marvel Stadium then, Essendon versus the Hawks. I think Essendon are going to struggle this year. I think the Hawks, they'll be so-so. I think they'll be in and around where they've been the last couple of years. They might get off to a good start in the season, but I think the season will sort itself out and they'll be in and around where they were previous few seasons, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go with Hawks winning this one anyway. I don't think it'll be a massively scoring, a high scoring game, but Hawks will get the win in the end. Over to the Gabba in Queensland then for our final game on Saturday, Lions versus the Swans. This one actually has potential to be quite a good one. I think it could be quite a high scoring game for both teams actually, but not a huge win margin if you like. But I'm going to go with a Lions win. Home advantage. The Gabba was rocking last year at times, and it did actually really help the Lions to produce some brilliant scorelines as well last season. So I'm going to go with a Lions win here anyway. And that takes us on to Sunday then. Back at the Marvel, North are hosting at the Marvel. Port Adelaide coming up from South Australia there. Port are going to be strong this year. Let's make no mistake about it. Of course, last year they finished top before the finals. What do you call that? Preliminary champions or something. I don't know what the hell the terminology is for it, but anyway, they finished top of the ladder before the finals, and I think they're going to be the team to beat this year. I've got to be honest with you. I'm predicting this team to go out and win. If they can play the way I think they're going to play on a consistent level, this is going to be the top team this year for me. I don't know what it is, I just have a feeling about them. But well, I do know what it is. They're a fucking quality side, that's what it is. So that I do know exactly what it is. All their youth have came of age. They're showing great... they're showing their class now. Obviously, they had that trade period where they brought in Rosie, Duursma and... Butters. It's paying off, guys. It's paying off. Obviously mixed that with Travis Boak. Motlop was good at times last year. Sam Powell-Pepper, a player I love. Charlie Dixon's been brilliant. It's so many players. I can rattle out quite a lot of players there that I think are fantastic for Port. And stay tuned for some of the young guns getting a chance as well. And I think that could be a bit of a going over for North. This is a team I predict to not do too well as well, North Melbourne. And Port are going to convincingly hammer them on Sunday. Giants at Stadium we're at here in New South Wales. They are at home against St Kilda, but the Giants for me, they've lost Cameron Wright. That's a big blow. That is a big blow to them. I'm not too sure who they're brought in and what it's going to do for them or what people think here. But I think the Giants are going to struggle this year. I think they'll possibly make the top 8 again. But they're not. They're definitely on the decline from what they were 2 years ago, of course, when they made that grand final against the Tigers. I think they've been on the decline last year, and I think you're going to start to see see it even more so this year with the Giants. Saints were absolutely brilliant to watch last year. They played footy in the right way. They played such an attacking brand of footy. They were aggressive going forward. They all knew their role within the game plan, and they executed in most games to a T. Even when the Saints got beat, they played great stuff. It was really nice stuff to watch. I love attacking footy. I love a team that tries to be positive on the footy field and get in and about people. And that was Saints last year, and I think they'll carry that on this year as well. I think Saints are going to get the win here at the Giants Stadium and get 2021 off to a good start for Saints. So that's it. On to the last game then. We're out in Perth, out in Western Australia, at the Optus, the home of the Eagles, against the Gold Coast Suns. Look, Gold Coast Suns threatened to be a decent side last year, of course, with Rowell. He is just going to be in it. I think Rowell's going to be exceptional this year if he can remain like it was unfortunate last year, injury free. He's going to be a sensation. Obviously got that bad shoulder injury. Isaac Rankin's a player I liked watching last year. So many other guys as well in there. Buderick at the back. I thought, do you know what? Suns might get a few wins as well. They're by no means going to finish bottom of the ladder like they have. Obviously not last year, but the previous seasons they were right down there. Let's be honest. I think they're going to be in and around where they were last year again. I think they'll get some wins. I think it'll be kind of all over the place the way they'll get their wins. It won't be a consistent run of form like win, putting a run at like 5 wins together. I don't really see that for them. But I do see them getting, being a hard team to beat and getting wins, maybe in some big games as well, dictating the way the ladder sits. I think the Suns could cause a couple of upsets, but this one they're not going to. I think West Coast Eagles, this could be their year again to last year it was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it? It was a bit of a letdown really. I predicted them to go all the way to the grand final last year and it never panned out that way. I'm not too sure why. I mean, injuries, COVID, just so many different things, so many different factors maybe. Maybe not getting their best team on the field at one time for a long period of time. That maybe affected them. But look here, Eagles are gonna, if they can get off the ground running at the start of the year and get a few wins together, like Port Adelaide, like they went on an unbelievable run, really, didn't they? They could be up and about it as well. There's no doubt about it. They do possess a lot of talent on their team. And look, this is my last game. Eagles victory. Probably no surprise there. So just quickly recapping what I said for my wins. I'm going with Richmond, Bulldogs, Melbourne, Cats, Hawks, Lions, Port Adelaide, St Kilda and West Coast Eagles. Let me know what you think of those predictions, if you predicted something similar. I'm sure you probably will have. I think the ones, I've probably backed most of the favourites. Some might argue it's a cop-out, but round one's very difficult to predict because you don't know. Players are rusty, teams are rusty, there's maybe new faces came into each team there and they need time to settle and gel as a team. Maybe the way they played last year, it's going to be hard to hit those heights. So there's possibly a few upsets in there as well. Round one's very hard to predict, but if you were going by the teams on paper, who would you say? I've probably went with the safer option. So there you have it anyway. Don't forget to join the AFL tipping group, guys. I will put a link to that if I can find it again. I might have to sign into the actual account to get the link. Into the description section below, along with all of our other stuff. Check them out as well. I think we're still doing the channel merchandise up there through YouTube as well, if you want to buy any of that. I'm going to be back properly now, committed to the AFL from this point onwards. It has been very, very busy here, so reactions haven't been a thing, but we're back. We're back with the predictions, we'll be back with game reviews, we'll be back with quizzes. A friend of the channel, Diane, has said she will make me up a quiz. Absolutely phenomenal at the quizzes. We'll be doing live streams again where I get to chat to footy fans down under, which is fantastic. I always really, really love doing that. And I'll get chatting to you all soon. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, fire the notifications bell on, and share any videos that you might have seen before with your friends and family and get my AFL content out there again. Thanks very much, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.